Hi everyone, this is Keisha of Black Girl Go Hard. Thank you for joining today's video. In today's video, I will be talking about my wins, losses, and my lessons that I've learned during 75 Hard. This is a week one recap. So the first 7 days of 75 Hard, I'm going to be talking through some of those things. So thank you for watching the video and tuning in. Hopefully I'll answer any questions that you have, but if you have anything that I haven't answered, feel free to drop down in the chat and I will respond. Please make sure to stick through to the end because at the end I'm going to be showing some transformation pictures. So pictures from day 1 to day 7. And honestly, the pictures kind of shocked me because I was not expecting to see as much of a change as I did in just 7 days. So stick around and let's get started. Let me just give some house rules, okay? Um, this backdrop is not where I originally wanted to film this video. So this is like my office space. And so I have a desk and a chair across the room. And I really wanted to film it on the other side, but because of my desk and the size of it, it just didn't work out. So the area that has my desk, I have like pictures and motivational things and placards up. So I wanted to make sure that that was in my backdrop. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Like I said, because of the space limitations. So we're filming it here. Look, this was a project, a DIY project that I did. I understand that there are some areas that are a little. Listen, just don't judge this back area. I'm gonna have it looking better. Hopefully the next time I film. So anyway, I'm wasting time. Let's get into the video. So I will be looking down at notes just to make sure that I'm kind of following along and staying on track because sometimes I can go off track. All right, so week 1, day 1 through 7. For me, this was not the most difficult week. I'm sure there'll be more that will be more difficult for me. But this, for me, I came in like really motivated to get this thing started, and I'm starting July 1st, and we're getting into it. So week 1 for me was not super challenging. There were a couple days, I believe, that were like challenging, but overall, like my motivation helped fuel me through week 1. So let's talk about some of the wins. So a win for me was sticking to my diet. And I did not have like a diet that was set in place, like hard and fast. This is exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to eat this every day. But what I did do was created some kind of non-negotiable. So obviously alcohol is a part of 75 hard. No alcohol on 75 hard. Not a huge drinker, never been a huge drinker, so that one wasn't a struggle for me. But it was a hard and fast rule. Also, water. Like that's it. As far as the things that I wanted to make sure that I drank on this challenge. So I was able to stick with that. I was also able to stick with like limiting my carbs, limiting my sugars, and limiting my like refined sugars. So I'll clarify that because I wanted to mostly stick with proteins, so like meats, fruits, and vegetables. That's a really big win for me because the carbs and like eating like the white starchy foods, I like those things. So that was a big win for me, I will say. Another win was that every day from day 1 to day 7, I was able to hit at least 15,000 steps per day. Now, before I started this 75 hard journey, my goal, I've always kind of looked at steps and like trying to make sure I'm meeting a certain threshold for my steps. Usually I'm like 10,000 steps a day. Get me 10,000 steps a day. And, I've done that. But with adding on doing like 2 workouts a day for 45 minutes, so 90 minutes total time of working out, in addition to whatever else I'm doing through the day, at minimum, I have gotten 15,000 steps. My highest amount of steps between day 1 and day 7 was 22,000 steps. So I'm crushing the steps, like, and I'm super happy for that. So that's a major win for me. The last win I would say is that I look the part. And what I mean by that is, for me, when I look a certain way, when I have my gear, when I have my biking shorts, when I have my shirts, um, shirts with motivational sayings or whatever I decide to wear, when I feel like I look good, like, I feel like I perform better. So I'm out there like running. I'm really like going hard. I'm making sure I'm listening to some good music. I got me a bomb playlist, okay? Um Playlist I told y'all is from the 90s, the 2000s. I done added some gospel to the playlist, because actually what I realized is it's a lot of gospel songs that have great tempo for like running or speed walking, and the motivation, like those songs about victory. I got 99 and a half, Lord, I'm running, trying to make 100 because 99. Okay, listen, the real church kids from back in the day, y'all know. That's like a good workout song. I have updated my look, I'm gonna add that as another win. I've updated my playlist to include so much more like motivational music and songs to keep me moving. So those are my wins. Now, yes, some fails, and I mean not completely fails. It depends on how you want to look at them. But one of my major fails, I would say, is that I had to combine at least a few times out the week. I did end up combining my 2 45-minute workouts into one 90-minute workout. Now, I'm a research girly. I look into all the things before I start something. So when I did my research on 75 Hard, and like the creator, he designed this for you to do two separate 45-minute workouts. And he designed it saying that there would need to be a 3-hour window in between each of those workouts. So he did not design it for you to combine workouts. Get it, right? So to some, maybe they like, oh, you're not really doing 75 hard. You modifying it. But listen, for my life, and my work schedule, my school schedule, my family, my home schedule, baby, I got a lot going on. So for my life and my schedule, there are going to be some days that I have no choice but to combine the workouts. For instance, like I mentioned, I work overnight some nights. So if I'm getting off early in the morning, and then I have to go to sleep to kind of, give my body rest from being up overnight, I have to combine two workouts. There's no way I can do, well, some days, depending on how tired I am, maybe I can do like a 45-minute workout before I shower and then go to sleep and then wake up and do another one. But most days, and I'm just being realistic, most days I'm gonna have to combine those two workouts. So whether you consider it a fail or not my problem. I did write it down as a fail because it's not how they intended for us to do the 75 hard, but that is a modification that I'm just gonna have to do. And if anybody is following along or doing their own version of 75 hard, whatever works for you, you just got to do it. I think the main point is just being consistent. And I've worked out 7+ days at this point in a row. So I'm giving myself all the kudos. Another fail, though, is around my planning of meals. And I'm going to combine this, meals and working out, like my planning for that. So days 1 through 7, like there are times where I'm like, I don't really know what I'm going to eat. And I'm just like looking in the fridge, trying to figure it out. For week 2, I don't want to experience, like, I want to know on a day by day basis, I'm going to eat this meal prep. Because that saves a lot of time from me having to like think about what I'm going to eat or to stop and make the food. If I can just actually just meal prep at least a couple meals for the week. So I want to make sure that I do that as well. Another thing is, like I mentioned, the planning of the workouts. So for me, what I learned was that it's very important that I get that outdoor workout done in the morning. In the morning. So I want to make sure that I plan what I'm going to do for each workout. Some days I would go into a workout like, I don't really know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll do some strength training. Maybe I'll do some uppers. Maybe I'll do some lower legs. Maybe I'll jump rope. Maybe I'll run. I want to have, and I'm going to, sit down and write everything out for week 2 of like, this is what I'm going to do each week, as far as working out. And then that'll also make sure that I'm not like missing out on key muscle groups, and that I'm like working all parts of my body. Because for me, like I know I will lax on the abs. I don't like doing ab work. I just don't. And so I don't do it as much. So I think what I'm going to do is, by me starting to write this down, then that'll be another way to hold me accountable to say, this is what I'm going to do. And there'll be another way to make sure that I'm not missing core muscle groups from my training. Because yes, the running is great, but also I don't want to be flabby. I don't want to be, have all this stretched skin. I already have like some areas that are like flabby, or like that I'm not happy with, that I want to tone up. So I want to make sure that I focus on that. Now, I did learn some lessons as well. So I learned some lessons, and I'm going to be making some changes for week 2. So one of the lessons, y'all heard me complain time and time again, every single day. I don't think there was one day that I didn't complain about having to read that damn book. Okay. Them 10 pages, baby, them 10 pages drained me, but I'm not going to let it drain me no more. I'm reading the 10 pages in the morning, first thing in the morning. I don't want to think about the book after that. First thing in the morning, I'm getting those 10 pages out the way. And actually, the book is interesting, so I don't want to make it seem like the book is like, this is boring. It's interesting. It's just sitting down and stopping myself long enough to read the 10 pages. And not wait until I'm like so sleepy that my brain starts to wander, or I'm like, oh, I got to do X, Y, and Z, and what am I cooking, or I'm sleepy. So 10 pages knocked out AM. Y'all hold me accountable. I promise. Hold me accountable. If I'm not if y'all hear me complaining during week 2 about them books, call me out, because I need to be reading in the morning. Next is also another AM thing, getting that outdoor workout done in the morning. I'm not like, there were a couple times in week 1 where I waited to do that morning workout, and I ended up struggling trying to do it in the evening outside. And I don't like, I'm not going to be out there when the sun goes down. Okay. And also, like, I'll do it in my backyard, but we got some mosquito things. The mosquitoes love me. They love me. They be tearing me up back in our backyard. So we got to get like some kind of treatment to treat those mosquitoes. So I don't want to be back there anyway, trying to do the workout. So definitely going to get the AM workout done outdoors every AM. And then my last lesson that I learned was that the camera helps me when I start feeling lazy. So I did this a couple times last week, where when I started feeling lazy, I'm like, pull out the camera. The camera is going to make me say to y'all, I'm struggling trying to get XYZ done. I'm not picking up the phone again or the camera again until it's done. And so that helps me to hold myself accountable, because I know that I've recorded this. I have to post this, so I can't just go away and not come back. So using that camera when I start to feel lazy or I start to falter, that's another lesson that I learned throughout this process. So those are my major wins, fails, if you want to consider that. Depends on how you look at it. And then the lessons I've learned and things I plan to change for the upcoming week. So if you made it this far, listen, if you made it this far, I need you to subscribe to my page, please. I need you to like the page, like the videos. I'm gonna continue putting out content, and as I mentioned, like, I'm all about upgrading, doing better. And as you see, like, listen, the quality from day 1 today, whatever day this is, has improved. Okay, I got me a little mini microphone. Come on, content creator. Come on, Amazon Prime Day. I got me a little lights, little setup. So yeah, quality will continue to improve. Y'all just stick with me. I appreciate y'all for staying around this long. And as I promised, if you stayed around this long, I'm about to show you these pictures. I'm about to show you day 1, and I'm gonna show you day 7. And then I'm gonna do a side by side so you can see the progress that I've made over just 7 days. Like, it's crazy. Like, I could not believe it when I saw it. So if you are kind of like on the fence of, oh, maybe I should do 75 hard, or just maybe, even if it's not 75 hard, maybe I should just, start making changes with my physical activity, with my eating, do it. Do it. And make sure that you are recording or taking pictures at least of your progress, because sometimes when you in it, you don't really see it. But if you take those pictures, you have something to look back on, and you can really see, like, oh, I'm doing the thing. Like, I'm doing this, baby. So that's what it is. So I appreciate y'all for sticking around. Check these photos out. And we'll talk again. I mean, obviously you'll see me tomorrow for day, whatever it is at this point.
So I ended up doing a side by side of day 1 versus day 7. And if you look at day 1, some of the main points that I want to draw attention to is my breast area, right? So day 1, you can see the crop top is a little more fitted at the bottom versus day 7. It's looser at the bottom than it was previously. And then if you focus on the waist beads, you can see that the waist beads are sitting a little higher on day 1 versus day 7. You see the waist bead, at least those first 2 that I showed y'all, are like in the middle of my belly button versus being up top or above my belly button. And then lastly, like looking at the thighs, I feel like the thighs did go down some. They look a little smaller. Obviously, it's not going to go down that much in 7 days, but it looks a little smaller. So I see a lot of progress. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm biased. But let me know what y'all think. If you see the progress. I mean, we definitely going to see it by the end of the 75 days. We're going to see some for real progress. But I think for 7 days, like, that's some good progress. So thank you again for watching and lasting this long throughout the video. Really appreciate your time. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And let me know if you have any feedback or any other suggestions. Thank you. Black girl, go hard.